The outside of the field, and they're ready. Light blinks, and they're away and they're racing as well. And wide out, 23 red, Saucy Jack. Also the Escort commenced very quickly. They're all pressing forward with Cable Guy. They're going to head Bella's Idol. Barra Magic probably missed it by half a step, but now rushes forward, got up onto the back of the Escort, then had to get off its back and go forward 3 deep. Brothers Keepers behind those, followed by ATM the Grey, who's tracking up wider. Unreliable is over on the rails. Now Cousin Ivan in the back half of the field, in front of it Upward Others, and the last pair included Winiffer, who's back there with Defiantly. Along the Matheson Road side of the course, over the crossing, they've gone at the 1600. Saucy Jack settled in front from 23 red. A length away then over on the outside, Barra Magic going up, edging a little closer around the outside of Cable Guy. Then the Escort, Bella's Idol. A length and a half, Unreliable. Back on the inside of the lightly weighted Brothers Keeper. A further 2 lengths behind those. Then with the pace going on, ATM. Upward Others on the rails. A length away then is the favourite Cousin Ivan. And back in the field then, second last at the 1200, Defiantly and Winiffer. Out onto the river they go now at the 1100, and he's wasting no time. Saucy Jack, he had them running. Heffel had Saucy Jack clear by 4 lengths now as they come down the riverside, clear of 23 red. A similar margin, Barra Magic. A length and a half away on the inside to Cable Guy. The Escort, they're keeping company with one another. A bit more than a length then, Brothers Keeper from Bella's Idol as Saucy Jack goes further in front. So Kennedy back in the field on Cousin Ivan. Elects to pull out. He has to pull out to get going to set after the leader. Getting around ATM and Unreliable. Then Defiantly, Upward Others. And last the mare Winiffer. Saucy Jack brought them to the 500, nearing the corner. Still with a big lead. It's Saucy Jack, all or nothing. 6 clear at the top of the straight from 23 red, the Escort. Barra Magic. Saucy Jack has set sail for the judge with a commanding break. Can he keep going? They balance up. It's all Saucy Jack. 250 from home. 6-7 in front now from the Escort. 23 red, Cousin Ivan, Bella's Idol further back in the field, but it's Saucy Jack going to the 100 clear. Now 3.5 lengths in front of the Escort. 23 red, stolen this Saucy Jack, comes away. Clever front running right by Carleen Heffel, and Saucy Jack has posted an upset. Beat the Escort, 23 red or Cousin Ivan. Then Barra Magic, Defiantly, Upward Others running on. Behind those next home, Unreliable, Cable Guy, Winiffer. ATM is back there second last, and the tail ender Brothers Keeper. Saucy Jack, 26, but backed into $16. There was a little bit of support around here at the longer price for Saucy Jack, and has laid it on nice and thick with the 51 kilos, Carleen Heffel, and has simply run them ragged. 2:15.93, and has won by 2 3/4. Never looked like getting beaten. And a length second and third. It's 10, 11, 12 and 2. Saucy Jack first. The Escort second. 12, 23 red third. Fourth, number 2, Cousin Ivan, who just could not make up anywhere near the required ground, the favourite this afternoon. 37.19 the sectional. 37.19, and it's Saucy Jack that salutes for trainer Ben Owen, for Kay Monaghan and Montia Racing, by Anna Cheever from Sensational Spirit. Carleen Heffel aboard Saucy Jack, who did cover some ground last start, beaten a big margin. 2 runs ago at 1600, and has bounced back today by virtue of the fact that he had 51 kilos on his back, and he was just allowed to dictate and do his own thing in front for Ben Owen. The next today, the Detonator Stakes. 11 Red Army is the scratching. Let's go to Brittany here and we'll find out a bit more too. There'd been a bit of support, 26-16, so someone knew something, Britt, down there with Saucy Jack's victory.
Well, they certainly did, and maybe it lies with trainer Ben Owen, who joins me now. Ben, he wasn't missed in betting. He has a bold move out in front with Carleen Heffel aboard in the lightweight. Was this a performance you're expecting today?
Yeah, it's the ride we've been wanting. We've been wanting to go forward, and Carleen, with the lightweight, took full advantage of that. So that's what we wanted, and we're happy to share it and enjoy it.
Were you expecting her to put that much of a margin on them in the middle stages?
No, not so much. It's always a worry when they go out that hard. you know, the horse likes to be on the pace, but yeah, it's a concern when they go out by that much, but as long as they're still in front at the end, that's what counts.
And today he was. Did you have any nervous moments? He always looked like he was travelling like the winner, but I guess when they're going out hard, you're always knowing that the other ones will be catching up to you at some point.
Yeah, you covered it well, yes.
Have you changed anything behind the scenes in terms of getting the best out of him?
No, not really. Look, we've just been looking for that ride, that go-forward ride, and we got it today. And we're very pleased, and we've always wanted that. And, you know, Carleen followed instructions, and that's what we're here for.
What is it about this horse that makes you think that he's so well suited to just bowling out in front?
He's come to us from really good connections over east, and they're pretty, you know, aware of how he likes to run. And I think with his maturity, he's looking for that little bit more ground. He's always been a front runner on the pace. So look to be bold and go forward and keep him fit and keep him happy and let him roll.
Congratulations to you. It's landed today. Well done.
Thank you.
Ben Owen there after the victory of Saucy Jack. Well, the paper form didn't read well at all, Scott, but there was money there. It was a bold front-running ride, and they just could not get to him.
No, throughout running, Britt, even at the 600, the 800, the 1,000, even though he had that big margin on the rest of the field, he still looked to be travelling well under his own steam. And when Carleen turned for home, you could see that all those horses that were back into the field were really struggling, because when you consider that a horse like 23 Red has still run a placing, who was one of those first horses chasing, well, nothing further back really stood any chance. They've come home in 37, so they were out on their feet. Nothing was able to sustain a run, and it was a bold move, and it was a move that paid off, as Macca mentioned, 26 into 18, so there was a spec around on the WOP there, but it's 10, 11, 12 and 2, and there's going to be some any old values in those novelties, Britt, because in second it was the Escort, third 23 Red, Cousin Ivan's run fourth, but that was about it. That trifecta will pay absolutely anything, so to anyone that's got it, good luck to them. But I can't wait to chat with Carleen here, Britt, because that was a brave ride.
I would always love to be inside the head of a jockey when they are out in front and really putting a space, whether they know just how far in front she actually got. And I guess if you're travelling like the winner and if you can keep going before anything catches you, let's find out from Carleen.
Exactly right, Carleen. I was standing quite close to Ben in the run, and when you took off, he was pretty happy with himself. I'm expecting that was sort of a plan going into the race.
Yeah, he said, listen, you've just got to be in front at least at the 600 and make him move at 12. And when I landed in front so easy, I thought, well, this has made it a bit easier. And I just had to trust the horse could just cruise at that high speed and kick off it.
How hard is it to gauge the speed when you do put such a spacing on the rest of the field?
It was a bit, especially with this horse, you know, he still travels quite keen, but he did it really easy. So it's just how much he had left in the tank. He's a bit of a one batter, so just kept improving from 1,000 and it paid off.
Clearly there was enough left in the tank, but when you're turning for home, did you feel the winner?
I half did, and I was you still get halfway up the straight and think you get run down, but he didn't, so.
Well, congratulations on that one. Now a horse that you'll actually feel like the rest of these jockeys from the race that you've just been in, Beat the Bell. You'll be back at the field. Can you give her a push at all?
I think so. I mean, every race I've been on, she's flew home, had a little bit of unluckiness and ran a good fourth. So if she can get the luck and get to the outside, I think she'll be really hard to beat.
I asked Lucky earlier on how much longer we get to keep him. How much longer have we got you in WA?
But she's only here till one more week, so it'll just fly. I leave on the 1st of March, so I'd just like to take this chance actually to say a big thank you to all the trainers who put me on, give me a go. I really appreciate all the support.
Well, on behalf of all the punters, thanks for coming. You've been a wonderful acquisition for us.
Cheers.
Carleen Heffel, hasn't she just an absolute delight as well? And I hope, given that she just took that opportunity, I hope we're speaking to her over and over again throughout the week, as is always the case. But another week with Carleen Heffel in the saddle here in WA, and she takes it out there with Saucy Jack taking out race number 7. Up next, the Detonator Stakes from Ascot.